This is gonna be a bit of a weird stream. I don't know how long this one's gonna last because I already took my sleepy medicine because I don't want to go to sleep, but I also kind of want to do a little drawing, right? And I realized I've never streamed me drawing. And I think the closest was when I was doing the multiverses stream, and I was like, drawing hands is more fun than multiverses, which is which is true. And now I'm starting to get really sleepy. Well, when I get really, really sleepy, then we'll go. Anyways, this one is just, I'm going to finish up a piece. I technically already finished it, but I want to make a version 2 of it. So, get rid of this guy. Yeah, okay. So this is what I've been working on. It's on the thumbnail. So I call this one, as you probably see, Hacker's Memories Returned. So this is a combination of... This one takes a little bit of explanation. So it's based off of... No, not that. This one. It's based off of... If you ever played Memories Returned, there's like this weird section where you go into one of the characters' memories. And they have some pretty cool visuals, because I'll give it this. The Digimon Cyber Sleuth games, they're very mediocre. They're fun, but only fun to me because I'm a psychopath. As games, they're okay, but they have some cool art. And this part was pretty cool. I like the visuals here. This character, really sad, and space. The way the space planets are drawn is really unique, where it's blue, very vibrant blue, and then like a little bit of white. Now, obviously, mine's a little bit more barren. Now, I was thinking, I think that's okay. Also, the blue, I feel like, could probably be a little lighter. Can I change that? We change that. I honestly kind of like how this one looks a little bit. Do I? Yeah, I do. Okay, we're keeping it like that. Differentiate it a little bit. So this one's more of a feeling of isolation, because this is a combination between this and another game I really like, Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, where I always make my two main characters, because this was based off of, at this point, my second favorite, but my original favorite team, which was, the main two members was a Swampert and a Shiny Metagross, but I couldn't do Shiny Metagross, because he wasn't in the fucking game, so I'm like, you know what, I'll do the third member, which was Gardevoir. And this is a game that has impacted me a lot, so I thought this would be kind of a fun combination between the two. It's mostly just Gardevoir here, but if you notice, there's this here. And if you zoom in a little bit, you notice it's kind of a constellation that resembles Swampert a little bit. I think this was kind of a cool touch on my part. And there's some subtle glowing, as you can clearly see. And then just two giant vacant eyes. It's probably a little creepier than I intended. I wanted it to be a little bit more stoic, but I still kind of like the effect. The feeling of isolation, because, well, I mean, spoiler alert, your main character doesn't make it at the end of the game. Well, technically he does, he comes back. So that would combine the two. The feeling of isolation, that's why there's not that many planets. There's only the one, the endless sea of stars, and then the middle. That. I thought that was pretty cool, but I do kind of like imagery of all of these other planets, right? So I thought we can add a little bit more to this one. So this is actually a remake of an old art piece I made all the way back when I first played Hacker's Memory, which was 2021, I think. Yeah, this was it. Now, honestly, considering the fact that I only had a trackpad at the time of drawing this isn't that bad. Obviously, it's not as good as the new one, but that's a good thing. For the background, I just took a picture of like a beautiful galaxy, and it looks really out of place. I mean, I got featured somewhere. This one still, I think. This one I'm actually really proud of. I think the proportions are a little better. The head looks a little larger, which I always associate with Mystery Dungeon Gardevoir just a little bit. Plus, it's not as chibi-fied as this, but I think it's a nice middle ground. It has the glowy yellow, which is pretty cool. Because for some reason all video of this is like really low quality, but I think that's kind of cool. No greens or purples, but I ain't too bothered. I think it looks good enough. So yeah, this one was quite nice. I kind of like, it's not accurate at all to what this was trying to be. No, not that. Not that. This this is like just a generic fade, but I think this, honestly, maybe it's a little out of place. This looks pretty cool. So, I was pretty proud of this one. And you know, we're gonna play something right here. We're gonna play something in the background to make it a little bit more interesting. We're gonna play some Bob Ross, because this guy's cool. I'm gonna turn it down just a tad. No, not that. And I also have Jake Paul in the corner, because he's the world's greatest artist right there. Okay. So funnily enough, I was actually kind of concerned. I didn't know if using these were considered cheating. I looked up, is this considered cheating? Everyone's like, no, it's not cheating. So I'm like, okay, we're good. We're good, we could just use this. And plus, we'll draw over it, so. Ooh, the layers are kind of a mess, aren't they? Oh yeah, here's the initial drawing I made back in 2021. I did notice there is one little issue before we get started that we'll fix pretty quickly, hopefully. And that is, if you notice, I think the line works pretty good, but where does that lead to? Huh? Doesn't lead anywhere. Oops. Whoops. I don't know what to tell you, this is before I was really all that serious. Maybe it's fine. I'm not very satisfied with it. Oh, but unfortunately, fixing that's going to be a problem because I downscaled this, so the penmanship won't line up anymore. Does that work? Does that work? We'll see. Okay, we're just going to shrink this down just a little bit. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Boop. Oh. So yeah, I don't know how long this is going to go. I'm just going to go until I get like really tired. Or I finish. I'll pick it up later. That'd be pretty funny. But I'm already cozied up. Hopefully this doesn't ruin anything. I see. Why is that still there? I don't know. It's fine. Okay. My line work has gotten a little better. Actually, hold on. We're going to do this. Okay. I don't know. Maybe we do... Does this look any better? Oh, that doesn't even match up. Alright, we got to start from here. Continuing from an erased part is a little tricky, but you can do it if you really want. Doesn't it just look the exact same? Let me zoom out. It's easy. You don't want to be zoomed in for too long. I shouldn't have the curve. Okay. Whoa! Don't go that far. Oh, nope. I'm just gonna go downwards. How does that look? Zoom out. Just check. Yeah, that looks better. I'm more satisfied with that. Okay, well, let's go to the color. I do like listening to Bob Ross drawing. Usually I listen to silly videos, but there's something really charming about old BR here. I definitely like, I think one of his lines, funnily enough, while listening to this was, practice makes confidence, and confidence builds art, or something like that. So goddamn true. I'll say this, and I understand, I'm speaking to someone who has, diagnosed depression. I understand why so many artists have so many self-esteem issues, but I genuinely hate it when I'm, like, following an artist. I'm like, wow, they're really cool and inspiring. I like their stuff, and they just constantly downplay their own stuff, and they're like, I'm not even a real artist. I'm not a real artist. How could I be? It's like, you're not a real artist? You're not? If you're not an artist, then what the fuck am I? Am I a kindergartner just making scribbles? Am I an AI bro without the AI? I'm just a bro? Well, that's not true. I think there's a difference, and I do kind of get why, on some level. You stare at your own stuff, and you're like, how do I make this better? How do I make this better? And that's all well and important. And then there's also people who, like smart people, like genuinely smart people, geniuses, say they're not smart because they know there's always something more to learn. I guess you could say the same for artists, but I think there's a difference between being like, you know what, this is alright, but it could be better. Here's how I want to improve to learn even more, and how artists talk about themselves often. And I understand. I was kind of the same way for a while. You know, this is coming out of a place of genuine empathy, because I think a lot of artists kind of struggle with this. But dude, you gotta stop selling yourself short. You know, it's okay if you make stuff that isn't up to par or could be better. You know, if someone tells you, hey, you could improve here and here, it's like, oh yeah, you're right, I can make it even better. Because I don't know, when you put yourself down, there are people who are lower than you, especially ones that are beginners, and they want to look up to you or other people, and they see you putting yourself down, be like, damn, if that shit's considered bad, then what am I? And that's no good for anybody, right? That's just bad. Whoa, don't do that. I don't know, just get a little bit more confidence. It's important. Okay, anyways, I'm going to put right above here. What does this do? Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, well, what would you look at that? New layer right there. I should probably name this, but whatever. It's fine. So, what shape should we start with first? I kind of want to do this one. This one looks cool. Oh my god, the line work's gonna suck. But I'm going to make it kind of small. Alright, we're going to make it a little small. We want to still capture that feeling of isolation. That's the whole point of this. But we still want to make it look like space is lived in. So here we go. No. That's enough from you. Wait a minute. Oh, we could, whoa. Do this. Yeah, okay. Let's try that again. Like I said, it took a long time for me to get to where I am mentally right now. But it's worth it. You know, just work on it. If you can't, if it's tough, I understand. Still should at least try a little. Let's see if we can. Does this work? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that might be a little bit too much. Let's tone that down to. Whoa. No. That's enough from you. Like, I know my stuff ain't perfect. It could definitely be improved in several ways. That's alright. It's alright. You can still be proud of it. Like, I made that. That's pretty cool on my part. Alright, you can stop now. You can stop now. That still looks like a bit much. Dude, when I was making the, I don't remember exactly how I did it. When I first did this right here, I'm like, oh my god, that looks so fucking sick. It's like, damn, that's great. Okay. I might actually have to look back on the footage that I have, that I just made. Okay. Yeah, because I have like a time lapse that I made a while ago. Unfortunately, the first half, when I was doing the line work, and it was kind of a rough time. I had like the video file, and that was kind of how should I say this? It's just, it kind of ruined the footage a little because there's this giant loading bar in the front. It's like, oh, that's embarrassing. Oops. I think I used the mixing brush for this. Yeah, give me a second. this. Boom, we're gonna make some magic. Okay. Okay, so... Whoa, why is it at 1? Crank that shit up just a little bit. And this doesn't have to be as smooth as possible. Alright, there we go. There we go. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna make a slightly darker color. Surround that. I don't think this is the correct way to do it, but you can do it if you want. But this was kind of neat. So we're gonna do this. Make sure they do touch. Oh, whoa. Well, I guess having a steady hand here would be pretty useful. Right? Okay. I'm intentionally making it wavy, because you don't want it to be too perfect. That's not how natural light works. Okay. Alright. You know, honestly... Oh, whoa. I could make this a little darker. I think that's what I'm going to do. Boop. Or maybe. There you go. Alright. Definitely see the difference in the color here. A little better. See the blend. But yeah, you might. I might have probably should have started with. Probably should have started with doing this on the back, but it worked last time, so I don't know what to tell you. But this is the cool part. I was trying to do it again with white. It's like, why isn't this working? We'll try it right now. I do this, I'm like, oh no, this is not working at all. So what's the deal? Well, here's what you want to do. This is the cool part. You brush this time. I want to make it. Oh, I might want to make it a little lower, just a little bit lower. I think I can figure out what I do from here. So go back to the stream. Okay. So you make it. This can also doesn't have to be too precise, but make it a little bit more rigid. This won't matter as much. Just a little bit of an outline. There you go. Okay. And then we go back to the mixer. Do this. Then we do this. Kind of just. Whoa. That was kind of a messy. Okay. Go for it again, just a little bit to make a more natural blend. And that's cool. That looks nice. Okay. Doesn't look quite as good the first time, but it also has much less space to work. You know what we could probably do to that? A little bit higher. Does it look better? Only just. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's one way to do it. I don't think it worked quite as well this time. We might just try again later. So I'm just gonna erase right here. That's something cool to work on, but it didn't quite work here. So I'll try. I'll just draw on it first. Okay. Anyways, more layers because you can't draw on ellipses for some reason. I don't know why you can't. So which one is this gonna be? Oh yeah. Okay. No, I'm not working on that one. So let's see. We're gonna have to zoom in. Unfortunately, we're gonna. Oh wait, no, get off this. It's a little smaller. Okay. Actually, we probably could try something a little spicy right here. So I'm actually going to get the wand. What? Oh, shoot. You're joking. Surely you must be joking. Surely they must be joking. Okay, that's... Why are ellipses so hard to work with in Photoshop? That is unfortunate. That is what we call unfortunate. Maybe I'll have to manually fill it in. Okay, that's not good. Well, anyways, I'll try my hardest. Oh, this is terrible. Oh no. Everyone's gonna make fun of me. Okay, well. I tried my best. I don't think this is gonna work at all. Okay. I can always probably just, yeah, never mind. This is, usually I like grabbing this, and then I just do this, and only the outer edges, it'll get cut off, because it gets captured within the wand. But we can't do that. So that's kind of unfortunate. Okay, so what are we going to do? Okay, one down the middle. You know what? We're going to change the color on this ellipse to be kind of a, almost like a bluish green. Yeah, like that. That looks a little better. Does it? Right there. No. That's enough. Yeah. It looks brighter than the base one, correct? Yeah. I think that's kind of neat. Okay. Anyways. Oh, shit. Okay. Let's try to get this as straight as possible. Boop! That works, I guess. Do it again. That one worked slightly less effectively. Okay, try that again. I'm just glad I'm not doing this while trying to work on the line work. That's my least favorite part in all of art. It's no good, but once you get past that, you're smooth sailing. Okay. I don't know what I haven't been listening to what good old Bob Ross has been saying, but I'm sure it's some incredible stuff. And if I was wise, I would apply it to my normal stuff, or my stuff I'm working on right here. Okay, well, I see a problem. Yeah, okay. No, not necessarily. Okay. Because if you notice, I'm trying to get this and this consistently, but it's not. It's not that it's not smooth. It's just it's not consistent, and that's kind of troubling. Okay, well that one's a little bit more consistent, but it's also not smooth. So that's kind of the thing I gotta worry. I gotta make sure that the ridges at the top with here and here kind of match. Let's take a look if that works enough for me. How's this one work? See if I can do this. Ooh, that's not consistent enough at all. Alright. Oh, yeah, I was watching Godzilla -1 with my mom, and I was trying to tell her, dude, you need to watch this movie. This movie's so good. It's so good. Because it is. And, well, I've turned on the Japanese dub. I'm usually, the Japanese dub. The original Japanese audio with subtitles. I'm usually a dub over sub dude, because I don't care, especially in anime. It's either genuinely good, so there's no problems, or it's just funny. But, like, for things like that, I'd rather listen to it in the original. But she was just kind of not really paying attention, so I guess a lot of the really hard-hitting scenes just didn't hit her as hard. So I won't spoil it, but there were certain scenes that were really impactful halfway through the movie. You probably know the one, and I'm trying my hardest not to lose my shit while in a fucking hoodie on the couch. And she's just like, yeah, playing Candy Crush. I'm crying. over a fucking Godzilla movie. That's crazy. Crazy world we live in. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, Bob Ross likes to fish. Fishing can be pretty fun, not gonna lie. You know, I've gone fishing once. I fished for catfish. No, not online dating, actual catfish. Dude, that shit's worried the hell out of me because they sting, and they're quite painful at stinging. So I had to be very careful. Not fun, but well, it was fun going fishing. Even if it was uneventful, it's like, this is chill. We're just out on the sea. I get why people are super into fishing, right? It's a fun activity. Let me turn this off. Yeah, notice there's a little inconsistency right there. Did I get it? Oh, that extra speck is the little thing sticking out. Those are the stars. Okay, I see. So I need to get rid of this. There you go. All right. Okay. So here's where the magic happens.
Now let's go on this side. Once again, I'm gonna take a 1-inch brush. Notice that it's straight down and I'm pulling.
We're gonna make it kind of like this. Might be, yeah, this might be a bit big. We'll tone this down to just like right there. All right. Just a little more time. Okay. So we're gonna leave kind of a decent sized gap. Needs to be a little thicker. Okay.
That's all there is to it. And
that is all there is to it, man. Thank you.
I know.
Try to trail it off.
Sometimes it starts working, you get greedy.
It's a little inconsistent, so we'll add a little bit more. A little bit more white.
Bright red on there. Maybe here's one right here. Oh yeah.
Oh, Bob Ross.
Got little red flowers on the tip. Sneaky.
Okay.
There. We can go back over in here, and we can begin adding in just little things that come out here.
Okay, I'm gonna do this.
About like that.
That's kind of what I was going for. All right, let's
You got your brushes warmed up yet? And you ready? You can do this. You can do this. I know you can. I get letters every day from people all over the country that say they never believed they could paint, and they're doing it. Their friends and neighbors don't believe it when they look at their paintings, but they are doing it. There.
I just realized I didn't put Bob Ross in Metopia. I kind of feel like I should change that. Kind of deserves to be. He is the OG artist after all. Where would I even put him? I just realized where I could put him, but I'm not going to. He's not going to be the desert celebrity. Is that good? I think I should probably, that's better. Okay. Is that good? Is that successful enough? Maybe. Gotta trail it off just a little bit more.
Take a little light brown with paint thinner on it. When you mix this, get it very thin. This should be almost ink consistency.
Okay.
Turn the bristles. That'll bring it to a very sharp point. There you can see it good against that dark. All right. And where it's very dark, then we make little light trees. Where it's light, we make dark trees.
Okay.
They both exist.
So what do we do for this one?
Put little,
Ooh.
see, little trees.
This will be razor thin.
That's a good time. Looks out over the water.
Take a break.
The fish.
I keep going.
Let's do it. Another way of making little sticks and twigs. Take your knife, just
Uh-oh.
clean
A little too thick there.
and you can reach up in here and just scrape right through the.
I'm absolutely certain that there's got to be a better way to do this.
And just come down
I'm just astonished at like the people
wherever.
who dedicate their lives to this. Like, I just do this for fun because I think it's cool making my own shit. For the ultimate goal of where I want to go, this is only like a minor thing, relatively speaking. So, you know, all the. Oop, I turned the volume up on my
Little bright red, and we'll sign this little
stream.
rascal.
Oops.
Really hope you've
But
enjoyed
yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool seeing where people take this when they really get serious.
I'd love to see some photographs of
Oh,
what you're doing. So
oh.
if you have time,
I'm gonna try this on the other end.
send to us. Let us hear from you. Until then, like to wish you happy painting,
Oh, he's done.
and God bless, my friend.
Oh. I honestly think this is should probably be made a little wider. Well, Bob Ross has left the chat. It makes me very uncomfortable, but hey, you know what? We're still gonna keep going. I should probably put something else on. This is going not amazingly, but that's okay. You know, just take your time. Smooth out the details later. What time is it? Ooh. Starting to get sleepy myself. Trying to make it as consistently smooth as possible. Maybe not as consistent, but I think that looks okay. What does this look like? Oh, you know what you can do? I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna do this. Magic banana. Move it over just a hair. All right, there you go. Yeah, I see the vision. I see the vision, absolutely. And when zoomed out, it looks fine. Okay. Well, obviously, it's not finished. Goes without saying. But it's a temporary thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Well, that's one of the major stripes down. Again, probably could be a little smoother, but I'm okay with it so far right now. Might touch up on it a little bit more afterwards. I like how this one's almost always white. That's kind of cool. I do kind of want to draw these meteors because they have black shading, and if there's anything that gets my jollies up, it's black shading. All right, thank you, BR.
This is the quickest way to clear out stuck poop.
What the What the hell is this? Dude, YouTube, you need to work on your fucking ads. I'm out here making cool art, and you're just like, how to remove poo? It's like Elsa Gate never left. Good fucking lord. But Mr. T, the ads are personalized. How? I'm signed out. Well, I did see Star Wars droids, so no, I don't know. That's fucking they're fucking weird. Okay, anyways. Okay, we'll do the ones over here first, real quick. Okay, we can move this up a little bit, make it a little bigger. Woo! Oops. Okay, this is going to be the biggest, so we'll do.
Let's just do a fun painting today. Start at the very top of the canvas, working all the way across, making little X's, little crisscross strokes. Little crisscross strokes.
So we're going to make this not as consistent. We're going to make the curve a little deeper.
Downward, your paint is mixing with the liquid white that's already on the canvas. And automatically, your color will get lighter and lighter toward the horizon.
Oh, nice. Would you look at that?
What we're looking for today.
I'm covering little stars behind the planet.
Canvas work. Take life easy. Just let it go. There we are.
I don't know if that was the best idea. One more time? Okay.
Just take out the brush strokes and bring everything together.
Oh, wait, what if we just do this?
You're not quick. We got quick little
I see the vision. I see the vision. Absolutely. We're gonna shape it a little bit. Yeah. That's golden, but I want to make this side a little better. So we'll shrink it down just a hair.
I'm not sure what it's going to be.
Maybe more than just a hair.
So let's just throw some blue in. Where we want water, we'll have it there. If we don't want water, we'll paint right over it. We're not committed
like
at this
that.
point. We can do anything.
Does that work? Does that work?
Any old thing.
Oops. Just
Now very lightly, we'll go across the entire canvas. 3 hairs and some air. There.
Okay.
Yeah, then let's wash our old brush. We'll just scrub
There you
it
go.
off in some odorless thinner.
I think that's about right. I kind of like that. Kind of an abstract planet, don't you agree? But that's kind of
Brushes get away
what makes
and
it
they go,
neat.
clean the other side of the
That's
room.
what makes it cool. All right,
That's
what I'm gonna
all
do.
your friends are. Take a little of that titanium white. Just put
Oh,
it in
we're
one
good. We're
direction
good
to
because
the
this
brush.
isn't nothing.
Shoot, let's mix it.
All right, so we're gonna
Big old
try
puffy
something a
clouds
little
get up
different.
there in the sky. Tiny little circles. Tiniest
Oh wait,
little
no,
circles.
because gonna go to the mixer brush.
And we're looking for
That a little
basic
bigger.
shape here. Don't just throw this
We're
on
gonna
the ground
do.
and hope that a cloud will appear.
I'm gonna make it like that. We're gonna try something a little bit different.
There we go. Just basic cloud shapes.
There you go.
And don't stay in one area and keep working. Look here. If you just stay here and keep working and working and working.
It's kind of weird. Whenever people talk about sad video games, they almost never bring up these two. And by these two, I mean Explorers of Sky and Hacker's Memory.
You're in business.
Hacker's Memory, that one's just more
Okay?
cruel than it is sad.
Let 'em dance.
Maybe this is me, Mr. Anime Hater.
Let 'em play. Clouds are
Alright,
the freest things in
do
nature.
that.
We'll give 'em a friend right here.
Oh wait, the opacity is...
Big old
Let's
friend.
turn that back up for now.
There we are.
Although I kind of liked it how it was. Oh, we can always turn it back
Just a
up.
very basic little shape. Shoot
And then
whatever you want in there.
we'll do
There. When we were kids, we used to look at clouds and
going
stuff.
all the way back down.
Same
If
thing happens.
I'm guessing right, if we try this
A
now...
lot of times you'll see all kinds of things in there. Okay, now we're just
Yep,
gonna use
that's
the
exactly
top
what's going to happen. So,
corner of the two
we're going to go do
Gently,
this.
Gently blend those clouds.
Brush.
Gently blend them. Just here. Now, don't overwork them. Don't overwork them. Now, we'll lift them. Give them a little fluff. There we
Yeah.
go. And very
Okay.
lightly.
Yeah, Explorers of Sky, not as many people talk about that game, which is kind of sad.
Same thing.
That game is incredibly sad, but in a good
So
way.
give you some nice practice with clouds.
Just
They're
do
a lot of
little
fun to do.
circles.
And they're very, very easy. Very easy. I beat the brush just a little
Beat the
excess
devil out
paint,
of
so I
it.
don't have to clean it.
He absolutely did that.
These up.
Beat the devil out of it, he
Make some
did.
big old floaters out of them.
Alright, let's turn the opacity back up.
There we go.
There you go.
Maybe in our world. Shoot. while we're doing
Blend it
cloud, maybe
even
there's a little
more.
cloud that lives in the front here.
The magic brush is great. I didn't even realize how good it was until later.
Just layer after layer. We
Because I
see
think
one that's
when it
bright.
came to mixing, I did a much more tedious thing back in my graphics design class. But this is magic. It's like you make a stroke, and you use a second one that's opaque. You do that.
Let's do a
You
big
keep
mountain.
going back and forth.
I get a lot
It
of
just
requests
didn't work as well. It looked kind of cool, but
that don't have snow
I don't know.
all over them. Big dark
Okay.
mountains. So maybe we'll try one of those today. And if a
Okay.
painting develops out of it, that's even better. But I'm really interested in showing you how to do a mountain today. So let's do that. All right. Let's start with Midnight Black. And we'll put a little Van Dyke brown into it.
all right.
A lot of color. Pull the paint out flat. Really put some pressure on it. Go straight down. Cut across. Get our little roll of paint. Let's go up here. Now you have to make a big decision real quick today.
Okay, we're gonna stroke
Medium
out.
or rural?
Whoa, 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 whoa! What's that?
Comes right down here. Wherever you want it. Just
Okay, I'm gonna add more white.
really push that paint in there. Maybe it goes over
This is
here.
going kind of strangely.
There.
Add more white.
And all we're looking for right now is just a basic, very basic shape.
All right, let's try this
All we're
again.
concerned with.
Do I even really need
Paint in there.
the?
It's just midnight black, little Van Dyke brown in it.
There you go.
Okay, maybe this comes over, and boop, maybe there's a little bump there. Now, when you do your painting, you do it any way that you want to do it. Maybe your mountain has a totally different shape.
You know what? I'm not thinking about it. Let's just do this.
Painting should make you
Yeah,
happy.
'cause you don't want too
Just
much
nothing
white.
else. Should make you happy. And if it
Okay.
doesn't make you happy,
Anyways, I think the thing with Hacker's Memory, I think it's a good game. Well, I don't know. It's the one I had the most enjoyment out of.
do things
But I really don't like its message at the end.
Needless
I guess I'll spoil it because I don't think anyone really cares. That looks pretty cool.
There we go. Now then, I'll just take this old big brush.
But I'm going to do one more thing.
I'll grab some of this.
Um,
Just pull it. This is just
Do this.
pulling the paint down.
But I kind of want to make this one opaque.
Removes excess paint.
Whoa,
Makes it
whoa, whoa.
even so you can add more colors on.
Oh, okay. Never mind. We're not doing that. But it's basically like, oh, there's this character who's like, has like a weird cancer type thing.
Just let it blend right on down here toward the base.
And, you know, she's a good person, all, but like,
Have one huge
everyone's always like, you know, everything would be so much better if you just weren't
haircuts are.
a person, you didn't exist. I'm like, that's kind of fucked up. But she doesn't even refute it. And then at the end of the game, she becomes a Digimon, and the digital world and the human world basically were made so they never even be a thing, or they never intersect. So she'll basically never have existed after a point. And everyone's life is so much better. It's like, dude, that's fucked up. If you're a good person, well, you were born this way. You're born with you're born with the chronic illness. Maybe it would be just better for everyone if you just never existed. And in this game, literally the exact opposite happens. I think Miss
We'll use that maybe for a shadow color. So we want it. Oh, that's what we're
Palkia, the literal space god, is like, you need to your existence is a problem.
go up here, get our little
Whoa.
paint and a small knife, and let's begin picking
So we need to get rid of it,
highlights. Touch,
and
no,
or we need to get rid of you.
touch.
And the whole point is like, no, even if literal space god is looking you dead in the eye, being like, the world would be better off, or the world would be better, by far better, if you would just remove from existence. They're like, no, that's some bullshit. Literally, that you cannot say that about anybody. Such a lot more mature, I would say,
Sort of let you
but also just a better message too.
whatever you want. Just all types of little things
We're
happen.
gonna make the hardness go away.
Absolutely no
Make the
pressure with
opacity. I'm just trying stuff.
the pressure. It's gonna
I
look
think
like
this is
you
a
iced
bit
cake.
much. Yeah.
And just
This is better.
barely touching, pulling it
Okay.
down to
A
our
lot more
shadow
subtle.
color here.
The outlines are a bit more subtle. I kind of like that. But I like that a lot more. Not as much as this. I don't know how the hell I did that,
Colors in.
but that is a little better.
Oh, you just make
Let's
some
do
of the
a
most
little bit more.
ferocious mountains. This is where the old mountain goat lives. He hangs out up here and has a good time. Okay, maybe over in here even. Some little things happening. All right. Now then, we'll go right into some street.
Ooh,
Midnight.
that works over there.
Let's come right up here.
It's working over there.
Maybe there's a peak in
What
the
happened?
woods right there. Goes maybe way up here.
Ooh, wait a minute. Now we're cooking.
Just sort of think about all
How did I do that?
in this mountain.
I guess things just happen.
Maybe there's a glacier in there. Maybe there's some snow laying up there. I'm taking a little of the Prussian blue and white, mixing it together. Very little blue. Little roll of paint. If you want to have a glacier,
Here we go.
tell you what, maybe he lives.
I kind of dig that. Well, maybe I went a little too overboard.
Decision.
Okay, we'll leave it as such for now.
Just let him lay in there and sleep.
Okay, that helps a little bit. Just one planet.
Maybe.
Am I gonna keep going?
Up here.
How long a string? Open door.
You get an artist
The hell?
license. And that license
Oh.
says you can do anything that makes you happy. So use that license. It's yours forever and ever.
You know, I think I'm about ready to go.
Back to
So,
black. Maybe now.
I'll add more stuff like this over time. You know, it'll be cool looking. I think already if you get rid of this,
There.
Whoa.
We don't know.
what happened there?
We don't know.
What happened there? You know, you get rid of these. This is already a pretty cool drawing. We're just adding more to it. We're adding more.
In here.
Make it look cool. But yeah, that's about it.
There's a lot of nice contrast going on.
What's Bob Ross up to? What's good old Bob Ross up to?
There it is.
I genuinely love how enthusiastic this dude is about art. It's fucking inspiring. I think genuinely the reason I started playing is last night. No. Last night I was playing that or was listening to that while drawing, and I was like, everything's better. Everything's good. Everything's good in the hood. I feel like fucking Superman. So, moral of the story is maybe don't do this on sleepy medicine. I don't think there's anything else to say. But yeah, I recorded a new review. It's of a pretty popular, but also kind of controversial figure. Some people probably will disagree with it, but that's okay. They're allowed to do that. All I'll say is there's a lack of soul to this lass. That's fucking stupid. I'm drinking mug. Fuck it.